2022 was a year of stability and progress for the City of Rochester. This year, Rochester was recognized as the third best place to live in the U.S., a top city to buy a house in America, and one of the most beautiful cities in Minnesota. City teammates went above and beyond to serve residents, businesses, and visitors of our city while delivering on strategic priorities of affordable living, economic vibrancy, and growth management, as well as continuously improving on quality city services for quality living. We are proud to highlight some of the brightest achievements of 2022.
City of Rochester leadership and teammates focused on emphasizing belonging across our community. These efforts were recognized by Bloomberg Philanthropies in January, when it named Rochester one of 15 winning cities across the world in its Global Mayor's Challenge. Along with this recognition, the city received a $1 million grant for its work cultivating equity in the built environment. The city continued partnership with the Just Deeds program, working with community volunteers to identify and name historical racial injustices regarding property ownership in Rochester, and then modernize those documents. In June, the City Council supported issuing municipal identification cards available to residents at no cost, permitting them to use businesses and resources that allow the municipal ID as identification verification. Rochester Civic Music developed new partnerships with school-aged childcare and Spark Children's Museum, and increased its number of youth outreach events to reach nearly twice as many children than in the year prior through its global music series and artists in the schools programs. Rochester Public Library partnered with Family Service Rochester to launch a pilot program which brings a social worker into the library to improve access to social services. The library also began offering LinkedIn learning resources to all cardholders, opening over 17,000 training videos for upskilling and foundational exploration of a variety of subjects. Teammates from across the city engage with our community through a variety of programs and events, such as Welcome Week, Rochester Fest, Hispanic Heritage Month, Juneteenth, Move with the Mayor, Hams for Holidays, Badges and Baseball, Night to Unite, Shop with a Cop, Heroes and Helpers, Skate City Nights, and Safe City Nights.
City of Rochester teammates take pride in providing high-quality service to our community. Completion of our 2022 National Community Survey helped influence our action plan and will guide improvements in the future. In 2022, city teammates and leadership supported access in a variety of ways. For example, the Rochester Public Library shifted its operating hours to provide extended time and access to library resources. City teammates continue to offer top-quality events and programs to the Rochester community. For the first time, Rochester Civic Music partnered with local food vendors at both its Forward Neighborhood Park series and Down by the Riverside concerts. It was also the first year Civic Music partnered with Minnesota Public Radio to host its Bring the Sing community sing-along in Peace Plaza. A key part of serving our residents is planning for the future. In 2022, the Park Board approved the Soldiers Field Park Master Plan, and teammates neared completion of the Silver Lake Master Plan, which should come forward for Park Board consideration in 2023. Both were informed by a strategic collaboration and community engagement strategy. Following community feedback, Parks and Recreation completed a council-initiated review of its municipal golf program. Construction on the Cascade Lake Amphitheater and Lincolnshire Splash Pad moved forward this summer, and both are expected to be open in 2023. The City Council adopted the new Transit Development Plan in December, which will be Rochester Public Transit's guiding document for all aspects of public transit in the city. Transit provided approximately 830,000 rides, which is up 22% over last year. City Council adopted the Sidewalk Improvement District policy in November, providing property owners a more understandable, predictable, and affordable program where the cost of having a walkable community is distributed among all residents. The program will also accelerate investment into Rochester's accessibility efforts. 2022 was a major year for elections administration. The city clerk's team worked closely with county election staff to plan for primary, special, and general elections. More than 800 election judges were hired, and the polling place count was expanded to 46 locations in Rochester alone.
2022 brought numerous opportunities for Rochester to strengthen its relationship to other organizations in our region and build stronger, more efficient community operations. Rochester Police Department collaborated with other first responders for a large-scale hostile event response training and hosted the Region 18 United States Police Canine Association field trial, bringing police service dogs and handlers from across Minnesota and Wisconsin to Rochester for testing and certification. Rochester Fire Department started hosting the Olmsted County 4-day joint fire training sessions with neighboring departments to improve interoperability and efficiency when large incidents that require mutual aid occur. The city and Olmsted County established a joint shelter work group to better serve persons experiencing homelessness in Rochester. The group recommended changes in the areas of planning and community infrastructure, public policy, and community practice to enhance collective efforts.
In 2022, teammates continued to focus on growth and development and improving the ways our community is served. The city's human resources team evolved significantly, featuring a refocused approach on labor relations, creating organizational development capacity, enhancing parental leave, and successful recruitment in a challenging environment. With the HR evolution came an exceptional teammate engagement survey process, which had unprecedented response rates. The results of the survey are being incorporated into action planning and solution implementation. 2022 also brought the realignment of Rochester's Emergency Management Department. The realignment blends public safety leadership to allow the department to be more efficient in preparing for, responding to, and recovering from disasters. Also this year, Rochester was one of 22 cities chosen to participate in the City Data Alliance, which will provide education and resources to amplify Rochester's ability to use data to improve the ways our local government operates. Teammates focused on improving their ability to serve our community through training and development opportunities, including the launch of a Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion professional development series. For the first time, city teammates gathered to learn about Juneteenth through a day of learning and service. Select teammates are also participating in a high-performance organization academy to grow their capacity to lead. The City of Rochester recognizes high-quality and equitable services require the right people to administer them. In 2022, the Rochester Police Department swore in 16 new officers, nearly half of whom are women and people of color. With a focus on strategic hiring, various departments went into the community to showcase career opportunities within the city. Rochester Fire hosted a first-of-its-kind Women's Fire Expo this year to show women in the Rochester community that firefighting is a rewarding and sustainable career for them. Rochester Fire Department also hosted listening sessions with diverse community leaders to discuss opportunities for careers in firefighting and held the 4th year of its high school firefighter program. City teammates and leadership focused on growth and development through a number of strategic planning initiatives. After adopting its first ever citywide action plan in December of 2021, city teammates provided quarterly progress updates with enhancements underway. 2022 also brought the unanimous City Council adoption of the Unified Development Code, a new zoning ordinance that better positions Rochester for development in the future and removes inequitable development policies.
2022 brought an opportunity to align the city's future growth and development with environmental stewardship. Rochester Public Utilities completed its 10-megawatt West Side solar project that will provide the city with renewable solar energy. Rochester also welcomed its first 2 electric buses to the Rochester Public Transit fleet. The city's Environmental Services Water Resources team implemented multiple projects this year that will improve stormwater drainage within streets, boulevards, and residential properties while advancing water quality treatment within Rochester's existing stormwater treatment facilities. The water reclamation plant saw a variety of upgrades this year, including updates to its outdated and inefficient administration building, paint shop, maintenance shop, electronics shop, and laboratory. The new design incorporated many energy-saving concepts while repurposing existing space. In September, City Council adopted the greenhouse gas emissions reductions goals for Rochester, which are a citywide target to reduce emissions via power generation and supply, buildings, transportation, water, and waste.
City of Rochester teammates continue work to sustain our community's vital infrastructure while planning for the future. Public Works crews made noticeable improvements to the streets of Rochester this year, including laying over 28,000 tons of blacktop, chip sealing nearly 75 lanes of roadway, and pouring more than 700 yards of concrete for curb repairs. The Eldon Hills Drive Bridge reconstruction was completed this year, and the new bridge is expected to last for 75 to 100 years. Teammates also celebrated the completion of Phase 1 of of the 65th Street Northwest Reconstruction project. The project provides much-needed safety and accessibility upgrades as development transitions the area from a rural road surrounded by farm fields to a city street serving residential areas and the new Dakota Middle School. Public Works teammates completed the downtown sidewalk experience enhancement. The project replaced outdated brick inlays with new concrete, updated the pedestrian ramps to current accessibility standards, and enhanced the pedestrian experience by adding benches and plantings, all while maintaining access to downtown businesses. RPU completed a major overhaul of the Cascade Creek 1 combustion turbine this year. Now the unit will continue to offer reliable, valuable capacity to the city on its hottest days. The city secured a variety of funding and legislative approvals for future infrastructure projects this year, including the 6th Street Bridge, Soldiers Field Park improvements, and continued work on the airport runway safety improvement project. The City Council approved a request to renew Rochester's local option sales tax focused on flood control, economic vitality, streets, and a regional sports and recreation complex. This will be a primary focus for the 2023 legislative session.
Thank you to our elected leaders for their vision, commitment to community, and good governance throughout 2022. Without your bold leadership, none of these major projects and transformative achievements would have been possible.
2022 brought a lot of hellos as well as goodbyes. The City of Rochester said thank you to 30 teammates who retired after providing a combined 836 years of service to the Rochester community.
As we close 2022, City of Rochester leadership and teammates look forward to another standout year in 2023. Thank you to our residents, businesses, and visitors. It is because of you that we do this important work. Here's to moving forward together.